Alright then, while I answer these questions, what I'll do is browse Google Earth. Because, why not? China. Alright, so got a lot of light blue here, what's going on? Zoom in, maybe it's just shallow sea. Oh, we've got some weird names. Charchandrail. Where is this? Bangladesh. Banjachong. Habiganj. Osmaninagar. Gotta be careful with that one. Wow, how do you say that? Ichilachara. What does that say? Thingsolthlia. Thingsolthlia. Wow. Pancake's trying to say some words too. Wow, look at that one. Tuichaungchua. Passawang. Passawang. Mate, what's your Wi-Fi, Passawang? How many times do I have to tell you not to pee in my bin? Alright, first question. What do you think of pineapple on pizza? Do you like it? You know, I think I've tried it once, maybe twice, and it wasn't a big chunk of pineapple, but I didn't really mind it. And you know, I think I prefer it to olives. And look what I found. I found a golf course in Spain. And they have street view. And the next question. Bro, when are you coming to the US? Well, I don't really have any plans on going abroad just yet, but if I did visit the US, I would take my camera with me and I'd definitely film it, but I'd have to decide on what state I'm going to visit. And I think I'd probably visit a warmer state. But yeah, I would like to visit the US at some point. Just not too sure whereabouts to go. Well, I'm not seen one of these in a while. E-Class. Ah, there's another one, wow. This one's a little newer. What? And there's another one. Let's zoom out. Let's, seeing as though we're talking about America. Okay, colder areas around the top and the side. And then we get to around here and it starts warming up. Warmer areas. Texas is quite popular for some reason now. Florida. Yeah, I'd have to decide because America is big and there's a lot of places you can visit. And the next question, face reveal, question mark, exclamation mark, and an embarrassed face? Not really a question. Maybe he thought that was my face in the thumbnail. That's not my face. And the next question, why did you name your cats after foods? Additionally, what got you into making music? 2 questions. Someone's being greedy. Well, you see, with Peanut, what happened was I was reading out a list of names, and I think he responded to the word peanut. So I decided to stick with that. I think I read out about 4 names for him. And with Pancake, what happened was I had a list of names, had about 6 or 7. Wrote them down on individual pieces of paper, scrunched them up, threw them down on the floor, and I let her choose what she wanted to be called. I actually filmed that, so if you want to check it out, search for a video title something along the lines of Kitten Chooses Her Own Name, and you'll find it. Oh yeah, additionally, what got you into making music? I think listening to music is what got me into it, because I've always liked music and I just wanted to create it, so I guess maybe that. What sort of flag is that? Next question. Do you play Forza Horizon 4? I do play Forza Horizon 4. I've got a couple of videos on it. I think there's a couple of videos on my second channel too. I could do with making more, but yeah, I do play it. So that there to me would be considered a densely populated area. And if I was to visit, I would probably want to visit someplace not as populated. So maybe someplace like this. In fact, let's check this out and see what we have. And this has crashed again. Alright. Escape. That's got us out of it. Kind of weird. And the next question, Bose versus JBL. Not too sure what the number 89 is about, but I would say Bose. Just kidding. JBL. JBL have been making speakers for a long time. Some of their classic stuff is worth quite a lot, but I know they've got a few tower speakers which sound pretty nice. So yeah, I would have to say JBL. So to me, this place looks pretty warm. This looks the way my room feels. Does that make sense? No? Alright, next question. Why is cat called as cat? So basically, why is a cat called cat? It probably has to do with where the word cat comes from. Usually, words are based on words in other languages. So, say for example, Latin. A lot of English words are derived from Latin. Even Greek, even, like these older languages. Sanskrit. So yeah, it's probably just a word from another language that meant the same thing. Something like that. And the next question we have, well, we have two by the same person. All right, question limit 2. Let's start with the bottom one. Android or iPhone? Personally, Android. From now on and forever, Android. I think I've had 3 iPhones in the past. Before there was that whole update scam where iPhones were being slowed down on purpose by Apple, I noticed that happening with my phones every time I updated them. So that was kind of annoying. And my brother is still probably a big Apple fan. And I was talking to him about it one time. And he basically thought I was crazy. After the 4S, I had the Galaxy Note 2. And nothing ever happened to the Galaxy Note 2. I jailbroke it. But, eventually it stopped working, but that was after about 4.5 years. Then I got the Galaxy Note 5, and I still have the Note 5. So yeah. And the next question by the same guy, do you plan on getting any more cats? I really wouldn't mind in the future sometime. I think personally I would like a black one. Wow, that's a deep hole. Wasn't expecting that to be, I thought that was a lake. Looks like they've probably done the same with this one too. But this one's full of water. And the next question, can you do more speaker unboxing videos? Of course I can. If I get some, yeah, I will. It's just a little difficult to do when you don't have any. Yankee Doodle Tailings Pond. Sometimes these have good pictures in them. But, alright, so we have a guy looking at some stuff. Okay. Actually looks quite big up close. Yeah, we have a blue dot there, see that? Drag this guy onto there. And the next question, do you have TikTok? Yes, I do. And the next question, will my speakers blow up if I put 5 subs in a 1 subs thingy? So do you mean 5 subs inside a box designed for 1 sub? If they're all the same subs, I don't think they'd blow up, but if you have, say, 4 big subs and 1 small one, the small one might have a bit of a time trying to keep up. Other than that, I'm not really too sure what you mean. And a second question by somebody else. Can you have a look in Longview, Washington, USA? Alright, seeing as though I'm doing this Google Earth thing, just gotta wait for the names to load up. Longview, I found it. Nice. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll go down to here and explore from there. Now the next question, what are your best and worst speaker or headphones did you use and have at the moment? Alright, so the worst speaker I had was a Bluetooth speaker that I got from Amazon, and I got it because it was cheap, super cheap, and I knew it wouldn't be good. That is it right there. Didn't sound very good, had no bass, so I'd say that was the worst. And the best speaker, or the one I was most surprised by, it's got to be between the Echo Dot and the big Tronsmart speaker. So the Tronsmart actually has deeper bass than I thought it would have, and the same goes for the Echo Dot. The worst headphones I've had are actually a gaming headset which was sent to me by some random company. I actually threw them out about 2 weeks back. I was going to blow them up in a video, but I just decided to throw them out because the video wasn't worth it. And for the best headphones, well, I would say the Audio-Technica M50s. Treble's a little sharp, they are a little V-shaped when it comes to EQ, but they're probably the best all-rounders really. I mean, I've used them the most, I've had them the longest, so yeah, I'd probably have to say the Audio-Technica M50s. I wonder what he's going to be using that for. Then again, 2019. I wonder what it looks like now. Once again, in pictures it seems like a nice place. Mint Valley. No fireworks. Oh, it's a school.
Hi, sisters.
That's nice. And the next question, do you think you will show your face one day? Maybe I might. I have been on camera in the past, back when I had like 3,000 subscribers. Looks like this person spray painted stripes on his car. And we have a number on the side. Or is it a question mark? We will never know. That looks like a tidy little house. And the next question, favourite YouTube channel? Now that's a good question. I will have to have a look.
Eventually.
Alright, so I've got about 4 YouTube channels here, tabs opened up, and I'll show you them one by one. I can't say I've got a favourite, but whenever these guys have videos, I usually watch them. Okay, so the first one, Smarter Every Day, very interesting, informative videos. ELECTRO Boom. His videos are based around, can you guess? Electric. And the next one, Dog Demuro, talks about cars. The next one, Vice Grip Garage. He fixes cars, old cars. And the last one, funny guy comedian Chris D'Elia. And the next question, what do you think about the JBL company and their speakers? Well, I've got no real issue with the company. Their speakers, the towers, are supposed to be pretty decent, but I've never tried them in my house. I felt like the JBL Extreme 3 could have gotten a little lower in frequency than it did. But other than that, I have nothing else to say about JBL. Wow, I really can't imagine living next to that. Where is this person's house? Is that his house there? Behind this. I wonder what it sounds like at night. Probably a lot of humming. Talk about electric dreams. And the next question, when will you do a face reveal? I've done one before, but it wasn't exactly a reveal because nobody really cared. And to answer your question, I don't know. And the next question, how many watts is your Bigest speaker? The biggest speaker I have is probably the SMD, which is underrated at 3,500 watts RMS. In my car, I used to give it 6,000 watts RMS. So it can handle 6,000 RMS daily. Next question, what games have you played recently? Well, I play a lot of mind games, but if you're talking about video games, probably Forza Horizon 4, which I played last with a steering wheel, and I was checking out the auctioned cars that I bought, that I won in auction. And that is the second one of these I've seen. Let's zoom out and go to another area. And the next question, what are the best speakers you have heard? I'm looking at the speakers in front of me, but I'm gonna have to say the SMD that I have, because with a couple of box tweaks over the years, it's now able to get low enough that it shakes my ceiling, the radiators on my walls, including the walls, the doors on my house, and it's great when I've got it switched on and I'm watching movies. Although saying that, these monitor speakers in front of me are also pretty decent. And the next question, what specs does your PC has? What specs does my PC has? That's a good question. I've got a video somewhere on the channel which will probably go into detail if you're interested. I think it's still on my channel. But off the top of my head, we have 32 gigs of 64 gigs of RAM, 32 cores, about 16 terabytes of storage. Could do with a bit more storage because I store a lot of stuff. Something along those lines. But if you want to watch the video in which I build the computer, I think I go into a bit more detail in that. I think it's still on my channel, I'm not too sure. And the next question, which brand is better? Sony, Philips, Technics or Pioneer? Now, better for what? Because if I was going to buy a TV, out of those, I would probably go for Sony. If I was going to go for maybe light bulbs, I would probably go for Philips. If I was going to go for 6x9s, I would maybe go for Pioneer. Headquarters? What? Why do we have a random place here called Headquarters? What is that about? Can we check it out? Oh, what a shame we have no Google Street View. Headquarters, that's kind of odd. What sort of headquarters? So yeah, I'm not too sure how to answer that. I don't think any brand is better, they're just different. The next question, why you have a car audio subwoofer in the movie room? So if you watch a lot of movies and you don't have a big sub that can hit low frequencies, you're missing out on a lot. LFE tracks contain low frequency effects. So say for example, infrasound. Infrasound is sound you can feel, but you can't hear. Let's visit Walla Walla. That's a weird sound. So I have that sub in the room because it adds a lot of dimension to the movies, to the sound, to the experience. And that is what it's about. There's a lot of infrasonic sound in movies that you wouldn't even think was there. Paranormal Activity, that is one that I was surprised by. I think that movie's from like the mid-2000s as well. I've seen the Japanese Godzilla. The LFE track on that wasn't very good. There's a third one. And by the way, if the whole LFE track thing is new to you, Google LFE tracks and just, do a bit of research. Also, by the way, whilst we're on this topic, a lot of these consumer subwoofers that are designed for home theatres don't really even hit that low. You've got to pay quite a lot for a sub to get even under 20 Hz. Ooh, Pioneer Park. All right, I'm done with this place. Wasn't really much to look at. That was Idaho, hey? All right, cool. Wyoming. Seems like it's very mountainous. Lost Cabin. Let's check out Lost Cabin. I think a lot of decent consumer-made subwoofers that get as low as I would recommend would cost you probably a couple thousand, at least a couple thousand. Next question, are you a furry? No. Next question, what brand and model of monitors? I'm not too sure of the model, but brand, we have Asus. Don't know how you say that. I'm going to say Asus. And the other one is BenQ. So you see all this wide open land. This is another reason I like America, because you can just drive all across the country, and that is what I would do if I lived there. Maybe one day I'll explore. I mean, having Google Earth helps. It's a little more convenient and not as costly, but I'd like to do it in real life at some point. And the next And the next question, are you going to do more car subwoofer videos? Also, at what subscriber count are you doing face reveal? Well, I did used to do car subwoofer videos a while back, probably like plus 8 years ago. Don't really have any plans on returning to it. And as for the face reveal at a particular subscriber count, maybe at about 1 million subs. Alright, so there is absolutely nothing in this area for miles, as far as I can tell. And the next question, quite a few questions, but we're just going to answer 2 of them. Did you ever expect your channel to go into the direction it did? No, I didn't. Wow, look at all that. There's nothing there. Nothing. For ages, where does this go? And why does it go there? Let's zoom down to here just to see what it's like, because it's miles from nowhere. Yeah, when I started posting videos, I just posted videos just to post them because it was an outlet for my creativity and I just liked to make videos, and that's what I did, so I did it. And that really is the only reason I post videos, because I like to make videos. So yeah, we have nothing out here, which is nice. Zoom back out. Let's go down to here. Okay, this is a little more populated. It's always around the water where people seem to be. And that is because without water, we would die. And the next question by the same person, what's your opinion on your older videos, like the ones you made before this channel's era, e.g. everything before 2015? You know, I don't remember my older videos. I'd have to have some sort of way of bringing them back and then watching them. When I make my videos, I make them and then I move on to the next one and I make the next one. Chrome, I think maybe Chrome requires a PC restart, which I'm not going to do just yet. Yeah, so like evolution keeps moving forward. I think that is the best thing to do in most cases. Move forward. Say somebody says something to somebody, and then that person that's had something said to them will think about that over and over and over again and then slowly go mad. Well, the way to deal with that is to keep moving forward. Think about it, but don't think about it too much. Try to forget about it and evolve. Otherwise, you devolve and slowly become insane. But yeah, when I make these videos, I just make them and then I just make the next one and make the next one, and that's how I do it. The next question, are you an actual stoner or is that just a gimmick for your name? You must be new here. If you've been on my Instagram for a while, if you've followed, if you see my posts, every single post, you will know, you will have seen the truth. But no, seriously, no, not an act. Why? What would be the point? What would be the point? And by the way, half the people out there don't even know what a stoner is. And when I say half the people out there, I'm talking about the people that don't even speak English as their first language. Quite a lot of those people watching. Some of them are trying to learn English by watching me, which is funny, because I don't even pronounce my T's. Next question, will you upload a sound demo video about 4 of your SAW speakers playing at the same times? If I get really bored one day, I might. Oh, Yellowstone. Are we close to that Yellowstone Park? Or are they talking about somebody behind a shed literally painting stones yellow? Let's go to another place. Let's zoom all the way out this time. So we check out Canada. I never really go to Canada. Canada's all the way up north. Half of these poor folks are freezing to death. Let's go to Twin City. That sounds nice. There's a double of everything in Twin City. Next question. Do you think you would ever try and get a JVC component system like the GT90? Something's gone wrong again. Escape. I wouldn't get the entire system. I'd get the speakers and I'd test the speakers out. I'd compare them to the SAW speakers. If I found some cheap, maybe I would. But otherwise, I'm not really too bothered really. I'm not really too fussed. Alright, so these guys have swimming pools outside, which means that it must get kind of warm at times, I'm assuming. And the next question, what you would do if you get $1 billion? I'd make a video, something not eye-catchy, something like exploring Google Earth, because they don't get a lot of views. And then everybody that comments under that video, I would donate money to. Those people that come and view the videos that don't have a catchy thumbnail or a catchy title are the ones that deserve it. I wouldn't even mind giving you like 100 grand. I'd probably give some to charity, give some to family members, and I'd basically do everything I'm doing now. Nothing really would change. Maybe I'd visit a few places. I'd travel across America, maybe across the world and stuff. I'd still make videos and post. And the next question, this is a follow-up with the last question I asked. What was your first amplifier you got? I'll be honest, I don't remember. It would be a car amplifier, but I have no idea. I was young, probably mid-teens, and yeah, I haven't the foggiest. And the next question, is there a certain thing that you get inspiration from for your music? Type of music or just sounds from everyday life, for examples? Somebody underneath it says, my guess is that his ideas just pops up randomly in his head. Pretty much what this guy says. So yeah, I'll sit here in front of FL Studio and I will say load up the piano and bang away on the keyboard and see what comes about. And if something works, I'll put it down into the piano roll and then I'll add something to it and just basically keep adding things to it, and gradually we'll have a song. That's usually how it works. Wow, we have an old Mini. That is the last thing I would have expected to see. So yeah, that is usually how my music comes about. Sometimes there's happy accidents, but most of the time it's just a matter of layering things and seeing what works and what doesn't. And the next question, how hard was it for you to finally show your face in the RC car video? Very difficult. That wasn't me. Somebody else says, hi Dean. Who is Dean? Somebody says, WTF is Dean. Who the fuck is Dean? And the next question, what's your favourite keyboard key switches and why? I don't have any favourite keyboard key switches. I do like the keys on my laptop and I want a keyboard like that. My current keyboard is very clicky. It's satisfying and it's probably good for gaming, but I want something a little more like my laptop. So if you've got any suggestions, let me know below. Judging by your question, I believe you might be a little more of an expert than I am. Alright, let's zoom out. Let's check out Cuba. Do they have, they don't have Street View. No surprise, but they do have blue dots. So, see these blue dots? Let's check out the blue dots. Can we click it? Yeah, we can. All right. And the next question is, what's your favorite type of flower? More in the couch or clean the house? To be honest, I don't really mind either. They all sort of seem to be sort of kind of same-ish to me, but you know, whichever. Sometimes in the couch would be maybe watch a movie, or clean the house would be work out. And the next question, how did you start making music and why using FL Studio? Alright, so how did I start making music? I think my dad knew somebody that was into software, and this person mentioned something about FL Studio, and I managed to get my hands on a copy of it. That's basically how I started. But why using FL Studio? I started using FL Studio because that was the first thing I started using, and I liked the interface. I have tried other software, but I like FL Studio and I like the way it looks, and you get free updates, so that is why I use it. What is this? At first I thought this was for skiers, but this guy clearly is not skiing. I'm guessing this is for hikers that want a bit of assistance to get up to the top here or something. Next question, could you do vids, funny, interesting story you did in the past? Like a trip to another country or something? I guess I could. I have a few stories, some of which I don't really want to share on the internet, but there's a couple. I accidentally raced an undercover police car one time in my Subaru Impreza, which was pretty funny. And the next question, what kind of speakers are in Julian's Trailer Smart Guy? I have never watched Trailer Park Boys, but with my internet skills what I can do is get that first episode, so let's have a look. Alright then, here we are. He says that's 6 minutes and 23 seconds, but those are the speakers there. Do you see that? I have no idea, but apparently knowing what speakers those are in Series 1, Episode 1 at 6 minutes and 23 seconds in makes you a smart guy. Next question, can you please do an AliExpress versus genuine brand speakers? To do that, what I'd have to do is buy from AliExpress. I may not know what speakers those were in Series 1, Episode 1 at 6 minutes and 23 seconds of the Trailer Park Boys, but I know not to buy from AliExpress. And we're going to go over to China. No, well, what we'll do is we'll head over to Australia, Sydney. Now, we can sometimes get rain warnings, flood warnings, gale force wind warnings. The residents of Sydney, on the other hand, received spider warnings, which is nice. And right now, I'm kind of glad I don't live there. So let's just explore Sydney. Random street drop. Alright, I saw. And the next question, will you do more videos of yourself driving? Yeah, I think I will do at some point. Not too sure when, but eventually I will. Are we able to see what sort of food they have inside there? Because I'm feeling kind of peckish right now. Do they have any blue dots? No, they do. Alright, they've got these. Alright, let's have a look at that one. And, alright. And the next question, hey man, do you still have that Behringer digital equalizer? Do you think there'll be more videos including that? Yes, I do still have them. I have 2 of them, but I don't really have any videos planned with them. I might use them in the future, but I don't know what I'll be doing with them. And I also don't really see any food. I see bottles of wine, bananas, bread, loaves, and that is about it really. Alright, so the next question, how much money have you spent on speakers, amps and such? I'd say over the course of about 15 years, probably about 7 to 8 grand. I'd have to count it all up, but somewhere in that region. Wow, why does that look so much more different to this? Let's try to get a close-up and have a look. That should reveal everything. And... looks alright to me. So we have people here with jackets on. Now, is it cold or is it warm? It looks warm. Alright, so the next one. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much of a stoner are you? Alright, well let's say the sort of person that might be a 9 or a 10 would celebrate 420, every 420, text their friends saying happy 420, basically dive headfirst into the culture. I would say I'm about a 3. Just give me some flowers and leave me alone. That's the sort of person I am. Wow, that was a dramatic change in weather. So here we have a, let's just say, a meh to a bad day. Then we go back here. Good day. Every day is a good day to this guy. And the next question, did you have a name for the spiders? Yeah, Mr. T. I only named one of them. Got somebody waving at the camera. And the next question, how much is that and why? I'm going to say 420. Because why not? And the next question, how come you don't put your music on Spotify? I can't stop listening to the song you made. Heavy. The songs are on Spotify, just not all the songs I've ever made. I don't want all of them on there. I just want the ones that I think are good enough to be on there. And the next question, do you still use a Galaxy Note 5? If still, do you ever plan to upgrade at some point? Yeah, I do still use it, but I don't see any point in upgrading phones because they don't do anything new. Unless there's some sort of new feature such as maybe something like a microscope. I don't know, if there's something unique about a phone that I like, maybe I would. Alright, let's say you use Instagram, you use TikTok, and then you upgrade your phone. What benefits is the upgrade going to give you? Are you going to be able to TikTok faster? The phone I have right now can do everything a new phone can do, so what is the point? Just doesn't make sense to me, that's all. And it doesn't make sense to Pancake. Going through these streets reminds me of a video I saw of a guy that stole, I think it was an Audi or something, and he's driving through the streets, and I think the car's falling apart, something like that. I think the wheels come off and he's still driving it, and the guy's like some sort of a meth head, and I'm pretty sure I watched the entire video. Alright, so this guy's got a solar panel. The next question, what are those black zigzag things on your walls? They are acoustic foam. They help stop resonance. So if you go over to your bathroom, if your bathroom is tiled and you click your fingers, you'll hear that high frequency resonance. That's what this room was like until I put these up. So they help dampen the sound. GT, what is that? Is that a left-hand drive or a right-hand drive? Looks like right-hand drive because I saw the dials on the inside, and it is. If you're an American, does that make you want to cry? Ah, nice. Somebody on my street has a red one of these. And it morphed into a Mazda. No, that is a Holden. Kind of looks like a Mazda. And the next question, do you remember me from the first subscriber base completion? No, but I remember your name from somewhere. And the next question, do you have a wife/girlfriend? Yes. And the next question, I fish and it is considered sport, but what sports do you like or hate? I like motorsports. I'm not really into Formula 1. Don't really hate any sports. I know some sports are boring, such as cycling, Yawn Fest. I like to watch rally cars, and that's fun because of obvious reasons. But yeah, I don't really hate any sports. I guess maybe shooting animals for sports, like shooting foxes. I could hate that. Never really thought about this, to be honest. But I like motorsports. I mean, I don't mind watching some bike sports such as downhill mountain biking. And the next question, are you religious? What is yours? I am not religious, and I don't have one. And the next question, do you have a current car system installed or maybe considering it? Nope. And the next one, and last one, have you ever tried editing video on a controller on Share Factory on PS4? No, I haven't, but I can imagine it's probably pretty complicated and you can't really do much with it in terms of effects and things, so I wouldn't really want to try that. Editing a video on a PC is probably the best place to edit a video because everything is available on a PC. You can use effects, you can, everything. Alright, so there we have it. I've been doing this for 3 hours and 45 minutes. Yeah, don't know why it's taken that long. Anyway, I will catch you in the next one.